was actually not ideal. Ideal was no government, was no king, and we ended up taking on kings because we asked.
That was for the Jewish people.
That's right.
I'm
That's
talking
the point.
about for the non-Jewish people.
What are you talking about? The only law for the non-Jewish people is to set up is the last of the Noachide laws, and that has nothing to do with having. We don't tell them they have to have a king. We don't even say that's the best form of government.
Meaning the Torah talks about this king and that king, and it never tells us like when the Jewish people would conquer different places or interact with different people. We don't see anywhere where we were telling them like start a democratic government.
Yeah, but it doesn't say that you should set up a monarchy either. It specifically says that doesn't say anything. But Chazal tell us that they need to set up some kind of a justice system, etc.
So you're assuming that we told them set up a democratic.
I'm not saying that.
Society.
I'm saying that
we clearly didn't do that.
I'm saying we didn't tell them either way. We say do whatever you think is going to be best.
Right.
Okay.
So
which
we were aware that they were going to institute a king.
But we don't force them to do anything. They can create whatever kind of government that they want.
We might not force them, but we were aware that they were going to be setting up a king.
The point is not that the whole point is that we don't intervene. They can do whatever they want. If they transgress the other laws, then they're Chayav Misa, but otherwise, not.
Right, but we're supposed to guide and advise them in the best thing that's best for them. And if the democratic society was best for them, then we would have told them that.
I don't think that's true.
We shouldn't try.
We
shouldn't try to be a light onto the nations.
That doesn't mean that we interfere on the day-to-day.
We shouldn't teach them and show them the best ways to live.
We give them a general principle, which is this is what you have to do. How you do it, we don't care. We have other things we're focused on. That's the general principle.
In the concept of
the principles, you have 6 laws you have to keep, and if you don't keep them, the 7th law is that you have to create a system where you punish if those 6 things don't happen. How do you do that? Up to you. We don't care. We're results oriented. We want to see what you do. We don't care the system.
You don't think we're supposed to be involved in showing them how to be good, get a good education system going?
It's a different case. It's a different question.
Well, it's all part of the same question. It's what's our obligation?
So giving them telling them about education, telling them about these other things is let's educate them on those other 6 laws. This is not.
That's it. Just these 6 laws. Nothing else. Don't teach them to be kind and.
So there's something called natural law, and natural law is the idea that there are certain things that any human being should do. And those things, certainly, they look at us and they see what we do, and they can maybe learn from that. No, we don't actively go at it. We don't try to teach them of these different things.
We don't actively.
So natural law would be the idea of generally you give tzedakah. That's the famous caution on stone. How could they be punished for not fulfilling that mitzvah? It's not a mitzvah that they have.
Mm-hmm.
These are things naturally that anyone should naturally have. This is natural law. Hashem gave this idea that you're merciful to others, etc. But the point is that we don't go beyond these 6 things. 7 being you enforce the other 6.
Mm-hmm. So don't teach them about tzedakah.
We don't teach them? No.
Mm-hmm.
We show them that we do it. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So when we say light onto the nations, we just mean these 7 things.
We mean that by the kedusha that we bring into the world through our own learning, Torah, mitzvahs, everything else, that sustains the world.
Mm-hmm.
Others see what that means, and they aspire to do their own divine mission, which is to fulfill these laws. Yeah.
But that can't be what it means, because that doesn't happen.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that when one nation behaves morally, when the Jewish people do their thing, the other nations aren't like, wow, we're also gonna do that.
Right, because they have a Yetzirah, because
So what does work, what actually would be a definition of light unto the nations, is shining a light onto the darkness
no,
by illuminating their darkness,
not our job.
light onto the nations. This is what it.
First of all,
This is
it's
what the words mean.
a very nice idea.
Well, this is also what the words mean, because if we just have our light over here and have a blanket around us and we're not sharing the light with anyone, then we're not a light onto the nation.
So it's not like we're. By the way, a couple things. This is just a very very important. By us doing our Torah mitzvahs, we actually infuse our light into the entire world.
Yeah, that's more of like a.
It is. So you like we open up the divine channels of holiness, so that your learning here today like helps the sneas 100 miles away. Like that's with Goyim. Like that's what you do. That's part of the mission. And part of the mission also is that the world before the Torah was a world in